Mood.tv.
Oh, the wind will blow and the sun will shine. The day will turn to night. The stars burn bright in the country sky, and soon the night's back to day. In the morning sun I sing my tune, whistle while I dress. When no one is there to hear my thoughts, I talk to my cats instead. I won't shut up. God forgive me, I won't shut up. It's a gift and a curse. That's a monk reference. I'll never shut my mouth. In the morning sun I sing my tune and whistle while I dress. When no one was there I would talk to my cats, but they've stopped listening to. I won't shut up. God forgive me, I won't shut up. It's a gift and a curse. That's a monk reference. I'm never shutting up. Never. I'm not gonna do it.
Ever.
I'm not gonna do it.
Hey.
I don't like doing it. That's what we open with. Sound of the Clipper magazine.
There's some good deals.
There are.
You know, why are there coupons for Harbor Freight in this? Harbor Freight, the
I
mail
just heard,
order.
yeah, I just heard.
Catalog?
Well, there's a store I heard. Harbor Freight in Easton. I think they opened.
Did they
one.
They put an actual?
I think I literally feel like I heard about this morning at work. Someone was talking about Harbor Freight. I never heard it. They said, "Don't ever buy a screwdriver anywhere but Harbor Freight."
Well, you don't have to buy one because there's a super coupon, free 6-piece screwdriver set with any purchase.
Oh, yeah. We were talking at work about going to Home Depot or Kohl's or anything, and you'll see a tool set, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, I need a screwdriver.
Okay.
And you go up and you go find a screwdriver, and you're like, all right, I need a flathead screwdriver. I broke mine.
Okay.
Jimmying open a door or something. And you go,
like broke it off the handle?
Yeah, whatever. It's broken.
Okay.
You shoved it up your ass. It's covered in poo, so you threw it out. So you're like, I don't want it anymore.
I do that once a week.
Once a week. It's a lot in screwdrivers. So you throw it out, whatever. You go to Home Depot or Kohl's, whichever you're loyal to. I'm loyal to Gene Hackman, so I go to Kohl's.
You mean
Sorry, not Kohl's. It's next to Kohl's.
Lowe's.
There we go.
Lowe's.
Yeah.
I'm loyal
Kohl's
to Gene
doesn't
Hackman.
sell tools.
They sell like
Who knows?
Led Zeppelin
small
t-shirts
little
to kids who
like
don't know who Led
mini
Zeppelin is.
tools, I think. Yeah.
Oh.
And Led Zeppelin shirts to kids. They're the new J.C. Penney's there. But Gene Hackman was the Lowe's guy. That's who it was. That's what I'm thinking.
He was?
He was the Lowe's voice. That was like the last thing he ever did. After Mooseport.
Mooseport?
Mooseport's a movie that Gene Hackman made with
Where Gene Hackman puts on moose antlers and fucks the entire town.
It's kind of almost that. It's Ray Romano in his only like real like starring role in a movie while he was on Everybody Loves Raymond. He plays a guy named Handy, I believe is his name. He's the local handyman, and he runs a tool shop, like a hardware store, and he's running for mayor. And Gene Hackman plays the former president of the United States who has just moved into Mooseport, who has the hots for Handy's ex. Okay. So he decides to also run for mayor, but he's the former president of the United States, and it's a small Alaskan town.
Okay.
Oh.
And then Gene Hackman retired after that movie. That was the last thing. I mean, no, it wasn't a bad movie, but it's the level of like, I don't know. I mean, if John Turturro had retired after Mr. Deeds, Mr. Deeds isn't a bad movie. It's what it is. It's a comedy movie.
Right.
But if John Turturro was like, you know what, my career as an actor in film is done. I'm over. I've had a black foot on screen and stabbed it with something and done a lot of really bad accent work.
He wrote that in his diary when he was 6. He said, once I have a black nasty foot that gets stabbed with a fire poker, I'm done with this.
Yeah, and he was like, fuck the Coen brothers. What do they make? Oscar-winning movies? I don't need to be a part of that no more. So yeah, that all happened. But yeah, that was Moose Part. It was the last thing Gene Hackman did, but I think he did the Lowe's voice. What's the slogan for Lowe's? Do you know?
You can buy and build shit from here.
Lowe's.
Start here now.
I'm Gene
there's
Hackman.
a new one. There's always
I
get lots of Lowe's commercials on Pandora.
Yeah. But he was the guy that would be like Lowe's at least at the end of every.
There's like
episode.
a whistling melody
for Lowe's now.
Yeah.
Oh, weird.
Right?
I don't know.
I don't get that on my Pandora. I believe that Pandora is based off of what your search history is, right? It goes off of your cookies.
So why do I get one that's... Oh, it makes perfect sense. I get one that's an Irish guy. He's like, look at your phone right now. Yeah. It's Jesus. The word of God is here to help you. And he's like an Irish, like leprechaun, like really exaggerated Irish voice. And I'm like,
but he's
I'm listening to Slayer radio on Pandora. I just liked a
You
Slayer
should come
song.
back to Christ.
You come back to Christ, my son.
Find the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
I guess that's why.
Maybe. Yeah, but maybe. I mean, I've had
go by your location too. Like
True.
If you go into a hardware store,
I'm sure Lowe's pays to be available in the areas that they're available. They don't want you hearing about Lowe's because you ever get a commercial on TV. I hate seeing a Carl's Jr. or a Hardee's commercial on TV.
Yeah, so mad.
You're like, fuck you. I can't eat that right now. Like, you might as well run an In-N-Out commercial every hour.
Yeah, all day long.
And make me want to animal style eat my
that would be like if
off.
Hulu got a sponsorship from In-N-Out Burger and everybody in the country. Because
and then they never spread. There was about 10 years ago or so, there was a great April Fool's Day prank in New York where there was a building that was being renovated, and somebody went up in the night or early morning, wrapped the building with signs that had the In-N-Out logo on it, and coming soon, and they wrapped it, and they just left it there in the middle, like close to Times Square, and everybody went apeshit. Like, it would be the biggest thing in the world. I don't understand. In-N-Out. Yeah. Oh, we should have waited for you to open it. You're gonna have to open up another one. I couldn't wait anymore. All right, I'm sorry.
I was thirsty.
But In-N-Out, you should just open up restaurants, east of Arizona because people want to eat your burger.
Call out too, man. Like to throw that onto a company. Where it's like, this store's coming soon. And
Baja
then they have to
Fresh
turn
is
around
in New York and New Jersey if I want to go there, and I enjoy me.
What the fuck is Baja?
You never ate Baja Fresh out in California? Baja Fresh is Taco Bell the right way.
Okay.
It is fast food.
I ate Del Taco out there.
Del Taco is good. I enjoy it because you can get a taco and you can get a burger.
I went to Del Taco for the burgers. Del Taco had a great burger.
What was the other one that did that? Jack in the Box had tacos as well.
Yeah, but Jack in the Box
they were like, you're going to McDonald's for breakfast level, like tacos in that respect. Yeah,
they deep fried the whole thing at Jack in the Box.
Yeah, I don't mind that because it's like those mini tacos you used to get at the bowling alley. Those are kind of cool. Well, either
Bowling
way,
Alley Tacos.
Bowling Alley Tacos.
This week's episode brought to you by Bowling Alley Tacos.
Not the name of the episode, but it could be if you own.
Episode actually, we did not name this week.
We didn't name it yet. No. Oh wait, we're gonna name it. We have an idea for what the name is. Yeah, it's gonna be Kuntry Kyle.
Country Kyle.
Kuntry Kyle.
Yes, you're right.
So we can put that in there.
All right.
It's still right now. It's up as mixed bag of shit. Country, not Cunty Kyle.
Cunty Kyle.
Cunty Kyle. Welcome to Cunty Kyle.
Hey, you little cunties.
Well,
come back to Jesus, you Cunty Kyle.
Today we're going to talk about how cunty I can be and how much I love Jesus. Welcome to Cunty Kyle's. It's great. No, but Country Kyle, yeah, because there was a country song. And then and then for the the first break, there's going to be a song that I also just recorded.
Correct.
But now, hey, we're 78 minutes already into the podcast. 78.
I have no
7
idea
to
how
8,
time
78,
works.
something like that. Time means nothing.
78.
So wait, was it 8 to 8 miles an hour to go
well, I don't
Back
know.
to the Future?
Yes, 88 miles an hour. You gotta go 88 miles per hour.
Yeah, somewhere between 8 and 8.
8 and 8. 8 and 8. Right between 8 and 8. All right, so joining me tonight for this episode of Kyle Mocha Won't Shut Up. I'm Kyle Mocha. I'm always joining myself everywhere I go. And with me,
weird, dude.
as always, yeah, he interrupts a lot. Shut up. No, you. The fat one. Don't trust him. That's Yoda as Gollum.
Yeah.
Don't trust him, you don't. The fat sandwiches. No, don't like the fat sandwiches. But I don't know how Yoda is evil and good. That's my idea. But Justin, you're here. Justin Olimpedo. Hello. How you doing?
Thank you. I'm good.
You good?
I'm good. Yeah.
All right. You're good. You're good.
Yeah,
and
thank you.
Thankfully, he's already. I'm doing well. I'm doing well.
Are you sure you're good?
You know what? I'm okay. Yeah,
sure?
I had a good week. It was a good week.
Yeah, you just had your birthday celebration.
It was great.
That was a good night, dude. I felt horrible the next day, just so you know.
Someone just said, be sure to welcome Kyle to the show. Hello,
Who the fuck is Kyle?
I guess I'm Kyle. Welcome me to the show.
No,
welcoming both of me. We also have a person watching named Chase Lynch. He said, great show, brother. Thank you, Chase. I do appreciate it.
Man, thank you for
Chase is an old friend from elementary school.
That's cool.
And I'm sorry. We also have with us Mr. Zachary. Been waiting for it storming.
I have 2 beers open now.
You have 2 beers open now.
Welcome to the future of drinking beer.
What 2 beers are you consuming at this moment?
Flannel Mouth by Blake's Hard Cider Company.
The first time I had it was at your shindig.
Oh, okay. The first time.
Meg used to drink this.
Meg used to drink. Yeah, I was gonna say. First time I had it was from Meg.
One, though.
Oh, okay. So you had it on Friday.
Yeah.
All right.
It's not good, but then you look at 6.5%. You're like, that's great.
Well, for most of them are 5. Most of them are gonna be 5%.
Right.
And you're like, this is all right. Like we had the Jack Daniel's fruit punches and different things along those lines. And
I brought one of those to the bar when we moved the bar.
Yeah. Do you not remember when you got to the bar? I went, Zach, and you looked at me, and then Chris walked up to start talking to you, and I went, Zach, we don't sell that here. You can't bring that. Throw it in the trash. And you're talking to Chris. I'm like, the owner's bartending right there.
Yeah.
Throw it in the trash. The next morning, we found a flannel mouth can like down the street a little bit, and somebody complained about somebody leaving at 3 a.m. peeling out really hard. Like really hard. And I think it was somebody. It was a fuckboy brother, maybe. I don't know. Maybe. But who knows? It was a brother of a fuckboy, if maybe anything.
I went through a DUI checkpoint that night.
You did go through, and you survived.
I did.
You went through and survived. See, I've survived DUI checkpoints. I've not survived getting into a crash and avoiding potholes on the road and making it look like I'm drunk, which is what got me arrested for being drunk.
Not the fact that you were drunk.
No, but I looked at the guy and I said, driving straight in Pennsylvania means you're drunk. Driving all over the road means you're actually paying attention to the road. And he went, why are your eyes so red? And I said, sir, I have the highest level eye drop in my pocket right now. There are no way my eyes are red. Shout out to the wonderful eye drops that I use. That I'm blanking on the name at the moment.
It's
Roto. There we go. I was gonna say Toro for a second.
Toro sounds like, isn't that the company that makes Godzilla? Toro?
I don't know.
That's Toho.
Maybe Toho.
Oh yeah, I think it
could be. Oh, but yeah, so we're here for the 11th episode. Ooh, and I would like to announce at this moment, I think we just hit our peak viewership ever.
Ooh.
7,
yeah.
7, and we wanted me and Justin started looking around at this earlier. We were realizing that when you have a show on YouTube, if you do, you can a lot of
great tools, man.
You can look at different tools that they have and set up for you. And let me turn the screen so Zach can see as well. So there's different ways you can look up how many different people have listened, how long they've listened for, and then the demographics as well. So it makes sense that on the pie chart that we're looking at right now of
the total watch time, and thank you everybody, is 1,740 minutes.
Which I had done the math before, and let me see if my calculator's still open. It's not, so I'm just going to do the math again real quick, because last week I tried to do math, and while listening back to the episode, I realized my math was way off, and I was very upset with myself. But that's 29 hours. 29 hours of people listening to us, which is ridiculous to think that over a day has been actually listened. And that's great. And it's split up between 227 different views, which is awesome. I mean, we're starting small, and we're going to build, and we're just like all about getting the content out there for you guys to have something to listen to when you're doing nothing. And eventually, when we get our shit together and get us on actual iTunes, you'll be able to listen to us off of YouTube. Yeah, we're all lazy. We're busy. We're not lazy. We're busy. We all work jobs.
Busy. We had a busy week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh God, this week we're planning on dropping the first 10 episodes. We're gonna get all of that out through Moot.tv. Maybe it's 12 at that point, but whatever. We're gonna drop kind of like as a season. And then we're going to have like the music available and everything, and individual videos on YouTube, and maybe we'll throw up a Spotify or something like that. Who knows? But we know that the people that are really listening to us, our heart, our home base, obviously is Pennsylvania.
Correct.
Now, out of all of it, it's 51%. So 51%, it's 881 minutes have been consumed in Pennsylvania. I'm going to assume that if this map went smaller, we would be more centralized to northeastern Pennsylvania. But that is very cool. So we know we definitely have a local following, and that's awesome. But it's cool to see.
How is the number two makes no sense.
Number two does not make any sense. So,
well, here's the other thing that does not make any sense. Not to cut you off.
Yes.
If you look at the last column, the average percentage viewed is 9.2% from Pennsylvania, whereas New Jersey, which is number 3, is 28% following Indiana.
I don't understand. Average percentage viewed.
I think that's the length.
Oh, so we have more people listening in Pennsylvania, but they're spending less time. Fuck you, Pennsylvania. What, we're good for a little romp in the sack? Little romp in the sack, and then you're on? DC's there. Yeah, they're barely there, but they're there.
And, I mean,
but Jersey,
I don't know anyone from DC.
Unless we got them while
here's what I'm saying. We had an episode that was tritely named in the moment.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. It makes
a lot of sense of what we had an episode that might have been called US/North Korea live summit coverage. The days around the live coverage happening. So we might, but here's the thing: it didn't go international. We're not an international hit. I have one gripe overall with the chart that we're going to be looking at here, and what we're going to be talking about is I know for 100% fact, because we discussed that he was watching it while he was watching it, is there's not even a second from Poland. Chris listened to at least part of an episode live, so I am concerned why that's not on there. So number 1 is Pennsylvania. Number 2 somehow is the District of Columbia. So if you're live in DC,
can we? All right.
Justin Mott is Georgia, so that makes sense. We got Justin listening in Georgia in the live chat. Listening in Maryland, we got Chase.
But look at the comment under that. Who is that?
And then 21 minutes in, and still no mention of Bukkake. I'm sorry.
Really sorry about this. I thought we were doing good this fucking episode. Shit.
I gotta say, that's a buddy of mine from Hayfork, and he I believe the Halloween that I was in Hayfork, he went as a wizard, but it was hard to tell he was in costume because he just always looks like a wonderful wizard. He's a very wise speaking, just entertaining presence
and
as well.
Obviously a Bukkake fan.
And I posted on Facebook earlier. Give me topics to talk about. So we're gonna get to that. We are going to get to that, but first we're indulging in a little bit
expanding the ego a little bit.
We're just
jerking off. You gotta jerk off a little bit before you get in that bukkake room. Because there's 100 other dudes there, and that'll make you soft right quick.
It's gonna make you soft right quick, and also an hour before you should always jerk off. If you know you're gonna get laid in an hour, jerk off because it only takes about 20 minutes, 21 minutes. I've heard, but yeah. Oh, Lord, my brother-in-law, Mr. Matt Burress, is listening. I'm tired. Make me fall asleep. I'm sorry. I don't think this is going to happen. We can try. Whale noises. That whale's drunk over there.
Speaking of drunk whales, have you seen that thing about the eels?
Drunk eels?
No, it's a picture. It's been going around. It's a picture of two eels that said, "Did you know that some parts of the world's water system are so drug infested that the eels are high on cocaine?"
Really?
Somebody sent me a
picture
of the
eels in South America.
I don't know.
In New York,
but I was like,
Los
where?
Angeles,
but they wouldn't tell you where the river is.
Yeah.
Like, I need to go. I'm just gonna go swimming in this river.
I'm gonna puncture a couple holes in my body.
But somebody sent me a picture of the eel's face and says, "Does this look like anyone you know?" I'm not going to say who I thought of immediately, but oh god, it was funny. The eels are high on cocaine all over the world.
Somewhere and most places.
I don't
in
know.
the world.
Do you? Next time you eat sushi, you're gonna be like, "Hey man, I got a really good business idea. You know, this is gonna be fucking great. Hold on, let me tell you about this."
I just got the joke. All right. Cool. So back to
murder the whales.
We should murder the whales. Who's saying murder the whales? The same person who said to introduce or welcome Kyle to the show.
Yeah. So welcome, Kyle. Let's go murder some fucking whales.
We're gonna murder some whales. All right. So let's look out back. All right. So in the United States, which is where we only have our viewership from, Pennsylvania is number 1. District of Columbia at 83 views. Now I'm going to say 83 of those views are definitely from when we went live coverage.
Considering that the average time is 2 minutes and 52 seconds, they looked at it and were like,
they're like, "What are we listening to? No. What are we listening to?" So many reporters watched us in that hour, and they were like, "Oh, fuck, this is just some dumb country Kyle." All right, so number 3.
Oh man,
Jersey.
Kind of ashamed that it's Jersey.
With 6 views.
6 overall views, but they've stayed for 28% of the time. So whoever's listening,
an average of 30.
Whoever's listening from Jersey likes this shit.
They actually like the show. Oh, I didn't look at that column. So that's number 2, I believe, in the overall listening. And the state that listens to it the longest.
No,
I don't know anybody from this state is Indiana. Yeah. I don't know who's listening in Indiana.
I have family in Indiana, but they definitely don't know about this show.
I'm trying to think. I think I might have family in Indiana or friends in Indiana, but I'm terrible at where cities are once you get west of Pittsburgh and east of Texas. Or not even Texas.
Well, Indiana, I believe, is between here and Washington State somewhere. Like if you drew a straight line between here and there, you're going to nip it a little bit. A little bit. All right, so Indiana, thank you. Georgia is next in line, 8 overall views. And then we've got California with 7. They're staying for 10 minutes. Georgia's staying for about 12 minutes.
Yep.
And then New York.
Yeah. 15 views.
Yeah, 3 minutes and 37 seconds. Oregon, I don't know.
We could have also gotten some New York from Summit.
I can get a couple of them from New York maybe for that, and just people that we might know because we're close to there. Oregon and Washington makes sense. I do have friends out there. Virginia, I know specifically Moose is out that way, but I believe he might be also getting included in the District of Columbia sometimes because he's close there. You never know. Sure. But I want to kind of skip down a little bit. You got a couple of 0%, which means that they clicked on the episode.
Yes. But I have not
and then did not watch any time because the both average view duration and the average percentage viewed is not applicable.
Right.
So that is first unknown regions in the U.S.
Yeah. So wherever the fuck you guys are.
That's like Area 51.
Guantanamo Bay.
Yeah.
People are listening, or maybe it's Puerto Rico.
There's no internet in Puerto Rico.
There isn't. It's been out for a while, and FEMA's just not doing anything about it.
Well,
call your senators.
Puerto Rico doesn't have a senator.
And then we got Arizona, which my brother was living there for a while, so that's kind of insulting. Illinois, Massachusetts, and Michigan. So those are the states I want to get. I want to get them above 0.0% because for some reason they're showing up here. Mm-hmm. I don't know why, but they are. They're showing up here, and
I don't know either.
I want to know, did someone click on it? And we got to get them back.
Somebody traveling through a state listening?
It might have
like
been.
Driving cross country?
That would make sense. Someone driving cross country, they went through a couple of states, maybe that happened. That could possibly happen. Yeah. But in addition to all of this, we are still, sadly, we thought last week that we hit 100. We lost 3. We lost 3. They might have been because I made 3 and then they got deleted because I really wanted to hit 100. But that might have been because I offended somebody. So I just want to know
if we offended you, fuck you. If you're not listening anyway.
Yeah, I'll say if you're still listening and we offended you, good. Actually, I'm happy. If we offended you and you're still listening, good. Let us know how we offended you. And how we can do it some more to keep you listening and more people like you on the line listening.
But wait, there's more.
There is more. Oh, wait, let's go back to the chat, which if you're listening to us live here on YouTube, you get to hear us chat and you get to interact with us. Yes. But if you're listening at a future date, you're a pussy and you should have listened earlier. So I got a good night, y'all, from my brother. Good night, Matthew. And then Devin and Sam from Hayfork are in Indiana. Pretty sure they are, says Casey. Oh, I now know who that person is. Yeah. And I want to give a big shout out to a wonderful gentleman named Mr. Lauren O.B. I'm just going to call him that because that's what he put himself in there as. Yes. Oh, that's amazing. Thank you guys for listening. I'm glad you're stopping in and checking in. Apparently, if you make a post saying, hey, tell me what to talk about tonight, and then make a bunch of people give you ideas, and then at the end of that post, you put a link to your live feed and go, well, maybe you should tune in. I guess that's the trick you got to go with, because so far 7 viewers. This is the most and second most that we've had, and the longest that we've had this many. So this is kind of like the first time you fuck and you're like, it's going longer. Oh, I didn't go already. So thank you for giving us that feeling. That's to me is more like
the first time I had sex was terrible. And I assume for most people, if you think what's the best sex you ever had, it's definitely not the first time.
No. See, I have a different odd experience. Without being graphic, going into too many details that'll embarrass me, the party involved, and anybody that is currently a friend of mine or family or a loved one in any way. It lasted longer than it probably should have, and I was concerned. First time, I was like, I thought 5 and done. I thought 5 and done was like a maximum.
5 minutes or 5 strokes?
5 strokes. I thought literally pump, done. Pump, all right. I thought maybe we were going there. It lasted an uncomfortable amount of time in the front seat, driver's seat, me on top of a Trans Am. Not a lot of space there. Not a lot of skinny person. Your first time was with a
tranny?
Oh, it was in a tranny. It was inside a tranny.
What year?
What year did it happen?
No, what year was the Trans Am?
Like early 90s, 92, 93.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, kind of a crappier. Yeah, it was all right. But it was just an uncomfortable, and I got a pat on the back, kind of like a good job kid type of effort afterwards. And I was like, am I gay? Is this what this means? I love musical theater. Is this just the tying at the end of the knot? Ooh. And then I was like, oh, no. I just was attracted enough, but not attracted enough, and then just got distracted. And it was bizarre. And then immediately the next time, back to like 3 strokes. And then since then, been trying to work it up.
Hey.
It's been a long, steady 13,
sometimes I find it better
climb.
when it's get it done sometimes, you know?
You know what?
I got a lot of shit to do.
Sometimes you got to go with, if you can't please anyone, might as well please yourself. But then you also have to go, I'm in a loving, committed relationship. So you gotta try.
I'm in a loving community relationship. If she wants me to go fucking hang out with her family tomorrow, I'm gonna need some sleep tonight.
Oh, well.
1, 2, 3, I'm going to bed, bitch.
Oh, no. That could do it. All right, so earlier, like I said, quick on Facebook, I wrote, quick, give me something to discuss tonight on tonight's episode. Now, the whole gimmick here was, I was literally just posting this to have this to discuss.
Okay.
So you all fell for it.
Yeah.
So I'm literally just going to read through what we got suggestions, all right?
Okay.
All right.
These are the suggestions. First one, dicks.
All right.
And I said, again, we do that every week. So
I saw something good today.
Yeah, anything dick related.
Every hand you shake has touched another dick.
Yeah.
That is a true statement.
Yeah.
Almost any hand.
Almost.
You can shake a
I'm sure there's
child's hand.
Yeah, that's a small female child probably has not.
Pretty much any adult's hands you ever shake has touched other dicks with that hand.
That's great. I wonder what the time frame on that is. Like how long since
the
last
dick
touch?
generation to dick germs?
Yeah. Well, not only that, but how many hands have I shaked versus how long has it been since they touched a dick? Their own dick, another dick, anything like that. I want to know what the average time between dick to handshake is.
Usually, if you shake my hand, I've touched my own dick within the last 4 to 8 seconds.
Probably. It makes sense why you don't wear pants anymore.
Yeah.
I
have sunburn. I have terrible. That also looks like dicks. My legs.
Oh yeah, you are suffering right now.
My knees are about as red as the head of my dick on a Saturday night. On a good Saturday.
Zach is currently suffering from possible sun poisoning. You've been sick. You've not been feeling well.
I've been sleeping constantly for 2 days.
You've been sleeping for 2 days. You took off of work today, and the theme song was written because you were just out. And I was like, all right, I'm just going to come up with an idea. We were going to write a gospel song, so I wrote a gospel song. And then, oh no, it's fine. And then I just turned it into a country song because all you got to do to change gospel to country is make it kind of Elvis-esque.
And all you got to do to change from country to rap is just switch the beat.
Switch the beat.
It's the same shit.
Switch the beat, change the tone and the inflection a little bit there. Yep. Now, next thing we had was my good buddy Ron, who congratulations on welcoming his I think it's his first or second child. I'm not exactly sure. Into the world.
Good on you, Ronnie boy.
Oh, happy belated Father's Day to you. He said we should discuss a gentleman's guide to neckbeards.
Neckbeards.
Okay. Neckbeards. So now this is one that I actually did want to kind of look into for a little bit of a conversation.
Okay.
I, as well as the two of you, enjoy having facial hair.
Correct.
We've all, because of work and other reasons, had to keep it trimmed at a certain point. But right now we kind of have the freedom, all of us individually, to just do whatever the fuck we want.
Yes.
Now, when I went out to Hayfork, I had been growing my beard for about 6 months.
Okay.
Now, I had been trimming my neck beard because I was working in a bar and I was keeping kind of a low-hanging chin strap, a fat strap, basically. I was having a Fender's double fat strap beard neck.
Yeah.
So it was hanging a little bit, but I took like an inch at least off because nobody wants to see, slightly scruffy hair hanging down a little bit at your neck.
Right.
Now, I went out there and I was like, oh, I don't have to shave anymore. So about a month before I went out, I stopped shaving it, just dealt with it, got through the itch, went out there, kept growing the beard, came back, kept growing it, and then ever since then, minus one shave for a funny mustache idea, I've just not shaved the neck beard at all.
Right.
Or I've let it go for about a month or two of growing a regular beard until the regular beard is long enough to cover up the neck.
Right.
So I found that I gave it about 2 months of no neck beard, and then I've just let it go crazy since then, and it makes everything look fuller. Because the neck, if you just grow straight out, because you just grow straight out, right, Justin?
Yeah, pretty much.
Your beard is
it does curl.
It curls, but you don't trim anything. I don't cut anything. When you go down to skin, the last time you went down to skin,
right.
Since that day, have you touched or trimmed anything?
No.
So you just straight out cut.
No. Yep.
Zach, for the exception of going into an amazing, I don't know what you want to call it.
So metal goatee.
A metal goatee because the color of your color of your goatee, it looks like there's a gap in the middle of it naturally.
Yeah, it's so many different colors. It's weird.
Well,
right?
yours is the lighter version, kind of mine. We're all kind of different shades of the same. Yeah, I got red, I got brown, I got blonde.
I've never shaved, not even once. Shaved the neck.
Shave the neck? Whenever you grow hair, you're either shaving or not shaving.
Yeah, I'm usually not shaving.
Yeah.
But, I don't... I've never... I guess some people at some... not nationalities. What's the word I'm looking for? Some
religion.
No, no. Some people's
makeup,
heritage. You know, wherever you're from.
Yeah.
Some people are more predisposed to a gnarly neck beard.
Well,
and I got lucky that I don't get that bothersome.
I know
that
a lot of people from if you go from the Middle East to kind of Central Europe, I have the Czechoslovakian beard mixed with an Irish beard. Right. Me and actually Chris, who's in Poland and not apparently showing up on our ratings here, YouTube. What the fuck? We got proof. He was in the video. Watch our video. He was there. Yeah. But I used to say we grow the like Eastern European terrorist beard from a Bond movie. It swooshes to one side. Yep. It's all neck until you're about 3 months in. So I have a chin strap. If I shave it straight down, like my jawline is right here, halfway through my beard. If I shave it right down to that, I have a glorified chin strap, or like I said before, a double fat strap. It is not great, but yeah, different people have different beard makeup. So I think the overall idea behind the gentleman's guide to neck beards is, if it looks good, it looks good.
Yeah.
If you grow one, you got to keep it trimmed for a little bit. But hopefully you're lucky enough to be a German like Zach and just not grow any neck beard.
It's tough. It's tough being.
I mean, you know.
Me.
Yeah, it is. Now the next person said, my buddy Josh Snook from elementary school. Actually, he said,
"Snooky boy."
Snook. Snookums, I think some people.
I finished 2 beers already.
All righty.
I'm trying to get an early night sleep tonight.
Early night sleep. Beer, he said, how not to drive like a complete fucking asshole. And I said that
move out of New Jersey.
Move out of New Jersey. I think that's a good one. I said we're not really trying to teach here. We're just trying to talk about random bullshit. But move out of New Jersey. That's a good way. Craig Morgan, a good friend of all of ours. We all known him for a while. He said the girth's importance to cocktail balance and a veiny aroma.
Okay.
See, now, Craig likes to make my drinks and then cock stir them.
Right.
He makes sure it's a
cock stir. With his dick.
A healthy, girthy, veiny cock can stir a good drink. A good cock can stir a good dick as well. Oh, so that was that. Wings should have bones. End of segment. That's another option.
I disagree on that.
Can we call them wings,
said,
though?
never mind, pretty boring. Wings, I don't think you call them nugs. Call them nugs.
Call them nugs.
Call them nugs. Or
nugs.
Can I get a chicken part?
They call other things that aren't wings. Like, you ever have buffalo wings?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't mean chicken wings with buffalo. I mean like from bison wings.
Yeah.
That's like a rib meat that they cut to look like a wing, and that has a bone in it. Yeah. But that's not a wing.
Yeah, we have pig wings. We have the pig wings or the hog wings. Different we call it. It's just a shank. It's just a pork shank. It's delicious though. All right, so I think that's about as much money to spend on wings there. Somebody just posted a meme of Charlie from It's Always Sunny doing Carol and his conspiracy theory.
Have you seen the video where the guy does the drums to that? No. To the whole Pepe Sylvia thing.
All right.
There's a guy on YouTube that will play drums to people talking. He has a brilliant boomhauer from King of the Hill. There's like he plays drums to the same key. And his Pepe Sylvia on the drums is fucking
we got to definitely check that out.
Yeah, we'll play it.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, so that'll happen at some point here. All right, so next on the list, my favorite submission is somebody getting me confused with Richard Blackmore.
Yeah, okay.
So it's a friend of both of ours, a good friend of ours.
I've been there for a few of them.
Yeah, well, Alex, our friend Alex from back in the day, Richard went to high school with him. Used to hang out with him back at like old hardcore shows and at Chuck's house and different things like that.
Okay.
He said that time you saw a fat guy on a small bike going for ice cream, you didn't join him. Now, this is something I was already going to bring up. Last night, Richard made a post, and
I did read it.
And it's
he saw a large fella.
Yeah, he saw a large fella. And apparently my episode notes have been deleted. He saw a large fella
on a tiny bike
going down his road, and Richard just kind of gave him a look.
Thought he was drunk.
And thought he was drunk. And the guy shouted, "I'm going for ice cream!" And Alex was very upset that Richard didn't join him. And follow after him. So this is the conversation. I said, "That was Richard." He goes, "Oh, shit." And I said, "But I'm glad you see us as the same person." Then I tagged Richard. And he goes, "All you bearded white guys look the same." Cliche from a Korean. Very cliche from a Korean.
He's just jealous he can't have a beard.
He's just jealous. He can't grow facial hair. Grow actual hair.
I guess the Northern Koreans, when you...
Yeah, I don't know which part of that he's from, but he said, "I'm very upset with Richard. He loves a good time, and that was the perfect time to strike. It's obviously weighing on me heavily." And I said, I guess that's what I'm going to talk about for some part of the episode. So now I'm holding true to that. And then Richard said that he was in the middle of breaking shards of glass into smaller ones because the table in my backyard broke in the storm. To pursue Ice Cream Man would have meant leaving a dangerous pile of glass unattended. Yeah. And then Alex wanted to know, well, hold on here. So you were just destroying already destroyed glass? That's fucking metal.
Yeah, it is.
And then Richard responds, "I was breaking it into smaller pieces to put it in a cardboard box, tape it up so the garbage men didn't get cut by taking my garbage away."
What a nice person.
And I said, "Richard Blackmore, being polite is the most metal."
Polite metal, it's a new genre that
it is polite metal
here in Pennsylvania.
Do you have some change? I would appreciate it. Homeless appreciation. We need to talk
to Rich about this and get
we can do it.
The whole scene is we're pivoting to a more polite
Posicore.
No, it's not Posicore. It's like positive.
You have a self that you can rely on. You only have to worry about you. Just support yourself. I feel like it's pretty much 90% of Posicore, which is just really.
But it's not hardcore, you know.
All right, now what are we at? 45 minutes in. I do want to bring up Bukkake was the suggested idea. Very similar to that, the likeness of assholes to balloon knots.
Balloon knots?
Yeah.
A knot of a balloon looks like an asshole. And if you pulled it inside, it looks even more like an asshole.
It looks like a belly button, too.
It does.
Weirdly enough, before we get into real Bukkake, because we said belly button, I had to tell you a dream I had the other day.
Oh, no. Is it about belly button Bukkake?
That there was a little button, like a shirt button, in my belly button.
Okay.
And it was threaded on there. And then it came undone, and I lost the button that was my belly button, and I was so upset. Like
it's like reverse Coraline.
And like nothing was broken. Much, It wasn't like I wasn't spilling out. I like checked. I was like, no, I'm good. Still, I'm like, but I don't have this little button in my belly
I feel like
anymore.
I've had dreams where I've thought like my belly button was leaking and stuff like that. Like I feel that thought, that
falling
feeling.
Falling dreams are the worst, though.
Falling dreams are terrible, but your belly button leaking, not a good one
that's
either.
Scary.
Yeah, dude.
All right, so the next one from Lauren O.B. that's here commenting, how to keep Hamburglar, the Hamburglar from stealing hamburgers.
You don't have.
I said lock him up. Lock him up.
He was locked up quite a few times in the commercials.
Multiple times. In almost all the commercials he appeared in.
He's my favorite character.
Do you think he's the
a
best?
Pretty fucked up.
He's my favorite.
It's a fucked up kid's character.
When I was a little kid, we went on a elementary school field trip to a farm in Bangor, Pennsylvania, and we stopped at a McDonald's. It was a farm in Bangor.
Never heard of it.
Well, Bangor? you got to Mount Bethel first.
Mount Bethel?
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it? All right. And we stopped at McDonald's and we all got a toy. And I thought this was like in the probably like 94, 95. Weirdest toy ever. It was corn on the cob, an anthropomorphized corn on the cob in a basketball jersey and shorts. Okay. And that was, I think, McDonald's attempt at making like a healthy character.
He was a piece of corn.
And it was a piece of corn. It did not strike.
Did they serve corn?
No. It was just a piece of corn as, I don't know what it had to do with. You couldn't eat corn. The Hamburglar, I mean, you can't order a Hamburglar.
No, but you can order a hamburger.
Yes,
you could steal a hamburger.
And then you could steal a hamburger. Are they promoting you to steal hamburgers there?
If I go in dressed as a Hamburglar, I'm not paying.
I think
we should try that.
Whoa, great idea. That. Great idea is we're gonna get Hamburglar costumes, go into every McDonald's that we see, and just act like it's a promotional event, steal a bunch of hamburgers, and walk out. And we go, got a lunch for free. We're good here. Oh, all right. Next suggestion for a topic. Boobs.
Love them.
Boobs. Yeah, hey. Good. Boobs are all right.
Great.
Next we have the last and second, kind of last and last A and last B. Illuminati.
Okay.
Ooh, any thoughts on the Illuminati?
Illuminati spelled like where the beginning is aluminium.
No.
Illuminati.
ILLUMI. But you got close to the idea of what the second part of this is.
Metal Illuminati.
No. So Illuminati. Do you think they're real?
That's a very hard thing to just admit that I think that's.
Are they called the Illuminati, and are they the way that they perceive them?
Probably not.
Does somebody have a lot of money? Does somebody have a lot of money and is pulling some crazy stunts and strings? Yes, of course.
Yeah. Definitely.
Is there a whole group of them? Probably.
Maybe.
I mean, just think about it. If you had enough money where you didn't have to worry about anything, knowing who you are, and we were all hanging out, we all have a lot of fucking money. If you woke up bored one afternoon and you came over here and was like, hey man, we're going to go up to some people down the street and tell them that we're going to give them $5 million if they go down and fucking do some crazy shit. Or if they don't, we're going to chase them forever. So,
yeah,
you know what I mean? And if you show that you have the money to do so, you can fuck with people however you want to.
You're right. So I guess the kind of all idea there is probably, but not the way you think it.
Yeah.
And then the B part of that is the same gentleman who recommended Bukkake. Illuminati.
Oh, naughty.
Oh.
That's like Eyes Wide Shut.
Eyes Wide. Oh, that is. Yes.
Illuminati.
So we should definitely talk about Eyes Wide Shut. Didn't like it. Didn't enjoy it.
I've never watched it all the way through.
Very boring.
It's
creepy.
It's creepy. Maybe I got to rewatch it as an adult, but as a 14-year-old watching that, ooh, that would be a crazy time. That would be an absurd time.
I would definitely be pausing it to go jerk off.
Oh, you would be pausing it, and then
we'd all be taking turns jerking off.
I'd be staring at the screen going, what's going on here? This is a weird thing to do, Kubrick. Now, did you know on that movie, he had a standby director for the whole thing because he was towards the end of his career and towards the end of his life, and he was kind of puttering out?
Yeah.
It was Paul Thomas Anderson, Punch Drunk Love, Magnolia? Not Steel Magnolia, because that's the one with it's the 80s chick flick style one. Yeah, so Magnolia. Yeah, that guy. So he was on standby at all times in case Kubrick died to finish the movie.
Do you think he just took it because he knew he was dying? He's like, fuck it, I'll make a porn, fuck it.
Maybe, but probably just going, greatest thing in the world is getting nominated for an Oscar as a co-director with Stanley Kubrick.
Sure.
Because that movie was all about Oscar bait. It was all about Oscar bait. And masturbate.
You're right.
It was about Oscar bait and masturbate. Master Oscar. That's what it was all about.
Oscar jerked me off last week.
All right. Well, that is the end of the suggestions from everybody for what we should discuss this week. We'll probably do that again next week because it seems like a fun way to get you all involved. So we're going to head to break. The break today is a song that we recorded that I wrote a while ago that we recorded earlier. And it's, I don't know, we're just going country Kyle. So it's a slight country-esque.
This is all you.
This is me now.
This is me now.
I will say this. I would like to do this as a full band.
Oh, this will be a great full band song.
Like very, very fun.
Yeah. So we're going to play this, and while you're listening to it, just know that if you are an artist, musician, and you have music that you want submitted, this could be you instead of me or a song that Zach and Justin and I or one of the three of us wrote. So submit your music, submit your art. We'll show it in the background. We'll do whatever the fuck you want. Let's promote you and your art and your craft. So we will be back in, I don't know, a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
We're going to pee with each other, holding hands.
All right.
can't remember, but they haunted me that day. Something how we never last, 'cause we were never meant to meet here this way. Out of time, always out of time. Out of time, forever out of time. See the things you live for. See, I live for the day you decide to find me and say, finally the right time, right place. Out of time, always out of time. Time, forever out of time. Fucked up the ending. Fuck. I did. I fucked up the ending there. It's supposed to have a different ending. Yeah, I don't like it.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Fuck me.
Fuck you.
I'm sorry, that was quite blunt, but
yeah.
Oh, you did great, dude.
Oh, thank you.
Those were all one take.
Yeah.
You know, just got it done, and
took 3 takes to take that one take, but it was pretty much one take.
Pretty much one.
Yeah, pretty much one take.
Well, I mean, I didn't record.
No. It was you didn't like, edit anything. Yeah, I fucked up and we stopped.
Up in the beginning, we stopped, and we were good. I mean, it was a good recording.
Well, something I wanted to bring up. I thought I lost my notes. I recovered them.
Okay.
Thank you to the people at Apple for having a recover feature on your notes. So yesterday, depending on your opinion on things, what might have been a sad day.
Okay.
Old man from Pawn Stars died.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Old man from Pawn Stars died, and it's sad. Somebody loses their life. It's sad. I know there was shit that happened that got him like kind of like taken off the show in kind of a Duck Hunters style away. Like he said something that was just taken, you know, offensive.
The
old man. I forget exactly what it was.
Duck Hunters.
The Duck Hunters guys, the Duck Dynasty guys, those guys. The one guy said something kind of racist or whatever, and they took him off. And I think that's kind of what happened with the old man, from what I remember.
Didn't something happen to Chumlee too from that show?
Chumlee, everything happens in Chumlee.
Like where he got nailed with underage.
Yeah, he got underage, and I think he also got like possession at some point or another. Oh, wow. But either way, the old man passed away, and it's sad. But immediately, I'm texting my brother Keith about it, and we start having a conversation, and it leads to my idea. Are they now going to sell everything in the store that he ever touched, like his chair, his desk, all of these things?
Probably.
Are they now going to be sold as like the old man's chair
from the show?
The old man's suit.
The old man's hat.
Well, somebody's definitely getting his cars. The kid.
Well, I think
probably
his son and his grandchildren are going to be getting a lot of his stuff. But do they cash in on the legacy of the old man?
Probably. They have been, though.
They have been. Well, and Keith brought this up. He said, how much are all of the gold or the silver coins with his face stamped on them going to be worth? Oh, maybe 1.5 times what they're worth now.
You're right.
Which is half of what you bought them for. But I know it's a sad thing. A person lost their life, but I'm a fucked up person, and so is my girlfriend. And she sent me this wonderful meme earlier, and it's a picture of the old man, and it says, "But I wanted to live to be 100." And then it's a picture of Rick going, "The best I can do is 77."
That's brilliant.
It's amazingly brilliant. It also makes 77. That guy was only 77.
Yeah, he looked like
that show has been on for 9 years.
I thought he was 90.
I thought he was 112. And then one episode, he said something about being born in like 41. Right. And I was like, you are like literally like 8 years older than my dad.
He's just melting into himself.
He lived a hard life, dude. He did. That guy partied.
Well, he partied. He was a Vegas resident, and he was also military and everything, so he saw some shit. And he was just like a tough type of old guy. But I really want to know if what is the cat doing right now? The cat is hanging feet first until she jump fell.
Yeah, but like face first.
Face first with a paws to the ground. What the fuck is? Oh, jeez. All right, so old man died.
Yeah.
You know what's just sadder than him dying though?
Who died?
Vinnie Paul.
Oh yeah,
I got to after your party. We got back here, Will and James looks at us funny. He goes, "Dude, Vinnie Paul just died." We're like, "What do you mean?" He's like just now. So we immediately put on
because James has a direct line to his family.
Paul's family.
He got it.
The Abbott family.
Did Will cry?
We had a moment where we put on a.
I mean, you have it on vinyl, so is that why is it still sitting on the record player?
Yeah, that was sad.
Now, was he still playing with them? Like
I think
he was playing with Hell Yeah.
Hell Yeah.
Hell Yeah.
Is there any version? Is that the closest thing to them touring at this moment?
Hell Yeah was like a super group with a bunch of guys in it.
Yeah, it had.
Was it anybody else from Pantera?
No. He doesn't talk. Once they had their falling out. Vinnie Paul and Dimebag didn't talk to Phil.
There's no fucked up like Ramones version of Pantera turning right.
No, they'll never touring. Be. No.
So there's no like this is like the cousin, nephew, brother / uncle of one of the members, and now it's kind of piecing together.
No, because they all started new bands after that.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, Dimebag died when him and Vinnie were in a band called Damage Plan.
Yep.
Okay.
And then when Dimebag died, that band was basically over.
Okay.
And then Vinnie Paul was in
How long ago was Dimebag? Like a decade ago?
A while ago, dude.
Yeah.
Like late 2000s?
Yeah.
Late aughts?
Maybe 10.
Maybe like 2004, 2005.
Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. Well, that sucks. But a cool thing that's happening, and I've been waiting for this for a few years because I'm a sucker for anything comedy and classic comedy especially. The roast of Bruce Willis is coming to Comedy Central the last week of July, I believe.
That's cool.
And the video, if you want to look it up at some point, or if you're listening to this in the future, just watch the roast.
You just reminded me of something.
It's Bruce Willis in a hospital room talking to somebody in a hospital bed. And the person in the hospital bed is Jeff Ross, and they go back and forth going like, I see old people, I see fat people, me too, I see used to be heartthrob people, and they're just like insulting each other, going back and forth. And then it makes you think that Jeff Ross is going to be the roast master, the MC of the event, which would be great because he's the only person that's actually technically in the Friars Club that's been involved with all of these roasts, and they were the ones that originally orchestrated the roast. It was a more small, intimate thing, and then Comedy Central did one with Drew Carey in the late 90s, early 2000s, where Jeff Ross was on as the young whippersnapper, and all the old Jews were making fun of him. And now he's the old Jew making fun of all the young whippersnappers. So it's nice to see that he could be potentially the roast master. But I had thought that the best idea for a roast master for this specific roast of Bruce Willis would have been Ashton Kutcher.
Oh my God! Right.
He's definitely gonna be there.
Do you think he is? That's literally what my note is.
He's definitely gonna be there.
I know that they were friendly throughout the relationship that he had with Demi Moore. They went on vacations together. I know that from the tabloids in the grocery store.
Yeah,
and that's about all I know.
Well, neither of them. He's not with her anymore.
No, neither of them are with. They both have younger. They both have younger women now. Different women. Not that Demi Moore is old and not good. I would be.
Call me, Demi.
I mean,
yeah, I'll be all right if Demi Moore decided to start dating my good friend Zach here. It's a different change of pace. You like a guy that plays the harmonica? How about a guy that plays anything?
Hey, yeah.
Oh. And that's what they made a reference to. Jeff Ross at some point goes, I haven't even started talking about your music career type of people. And that, I had that album. I had The Return of Bruno, which was his...
It's not bad.
It's not. It is fun Bruce Springsteen style rock with a lot of harmonica.
And I picture, he's always in like blue jeans and
a white shirt tucked in with the black belt.
Yeah,
with maybe probably white sneakers, like maybe even a wife beater, but that's just John McClane seeping in, I think. So my thought is, who do you think are the guests? Who do you think are going to be the people that they get involved? Sam Jackson.
I hope so.
On my list.
Ashton
Kutcher on my list. The dad from Family Matters cop from the first one.
Is he still alive? Oh yeah,
he is still alive. He's done TV shows recently.
Yes, I feel like he would be there.
I think he should be there, at least in the audience.
Jeff Ross, obviously.
Jeff Ross is going to be there. They're obviously going to get like a Pete Davidson or like another person that's like a current famous comedian.
Do you think Louis sneaks himself in?
I don't think Louis is ready to come back.
You don't think so?
Oh no, he has a like very expensive quote unquote indie film that's sitting on the back burner.
Terrible,
Hello,
they released it. They released it.
And
then they pulled it. Yeah, well, they did like
small
a screenings.
Ooh.
And then they pulled it.
What was it called? Yes, Daddy, or Dear Daddy, or I Love You, Daddy.
Some shit like that.
Call Me Daddy, something like that.
That's creepy. Yeah. Call Me Daddy and watch me jerk off.
But it was about Louis C.K.'s character being a writer or somebody in the entertainment industry who has a attractive young daughter played by Chloe Grace Moretz, or whatever her name is. And she starts getting interested in John Malkovich. And so that's all. Yes, like, thank you, Daddy. Please, Daddy. Something creepy sounding like that.
I like John Malkovich, but
it's basically a movie about Woody Allen. They were making a Woody Allen movie about Woody Allen,
and it has that same feel. It
has Charlie from Charlie Day's in it. Charlie Day was in it, and it was going to be one of his first like dramatic turns in a really big movie with Louis C.K. It was going to be huge, and then the allegations came out, and. His allegations, out of all of those that happened, I'm kind of like, well, this is a nerdy Mexican redhead Irish looking motherfucker who was like, hey, do you mind if I jerk off a little bit? Like, I want to jerk off in front of you. Is it cool if I just go and jerk off? And they were just kind of like, yeah. And it's just like, you put them in a shitty situation. You shouldn't have put them in that situation. But you did ask, so in your head, you think that you got okay, I'm gonna go jerk off now. All right, here we go. Oh, okay, his voice is kind of like lazy Robin Williams, basically. Like, I don't know, it's Louis C.K. It's I don't know. So I walked in and I was like, Jesus Christ, oh God. I suppose, oh my God, over here, it's all over the place, like Robin.
Can I interrupt you?
You can interrupt this at any point.
You brought up Charlie Day.
I brought up Charlie Day.
This is going back to the drummer, the Pepe Sylvia with drums, Charlie Day.
So are we gonna screen this?
Yeah, we're gonna stream all of it.
So you can
the
check
actual
it out if you're
person is David Dockery.
This guy's great.
Check him out.
Great.
David Dockery. Just how it sounds, it's spelled the same way. Dude does all kinds of different videos with just like TV show shit. And puts drums over him. And
percussion? He just says...
percussion, dude. And it changes everything.
All right.
So here we go.
Let's watch this. It's like jazz.
Yeah.
It's chaos, like, because he's just going to the natural beat of the...
Yeah.
Whoa. How long do you think this took?
depends, man.
As a drummer, if you were going to do something like this and memorize it to the point to do a live video, is he playing to it? Is he playing to memory?
He's playing to it. He's probably playing to a click. He figured out that this has rhythm.
Yeah. And he just... Because I don't see any earpieces or anything in him.
No, he does.
Oh, he's just got an in-ear. All right. Okay. So he does this to multiple shows?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does this a whole bunch of shit. It's hilarious.
Does he do it to anything like older? Does he do it to any of the like classic sitcoms, or is it mostly modern?
I'm trying to think. I don't know if there's too much real old.
I'd kind of like to see him doing the like Red Fox walking around and shit like that, and the cadence of his voice. Full House would be good because you got three very prominent, different style of male.
Well, he all right.
cadences.
So here, let's do. This is Twilight Zone with drums.
And then 17 different styles of female.
I'm
cadences.
sorry for the ad, everybody. Pringles, do not sue us.
Pringles, pop.
Don't eat Pringles. Fuck you, Pringles.
This is
Give us
Twilight
money.
Zone.
Or fuck you. Wait, this is from what?
Twilight Zone.
Oh.
It's so good, dude.
It makes it a rap. And then he takes a sip of milk. Warm milk.
That's what helps you sleep.
Well, warm milk is the only thing that helps you sleep, I think, really, because back in the day, people just had warm milk, and they were like, here, drink this before tonight's done. It's going to be bad in the morning.
I drink milk before I go to bed.
I do enjoy a glass of milk, but not warm. Ever warm. That'd be like drinking soda warm. Like that movie Blast from the Past. Christopher Walken's character likes hot Dr. Pepper. And I've heard of other people that like hot Dr. Pepper. I've tried hot Dr. Pepper in like an accidental way. Like I had a bottle of hot Dr. Pepper in my car. Didn't realize it had been sitting in my car all day when I took a swig out of it in the middle of the night.
As a correction, Dimebag Darrell died December 8th, 2004.
Oh, so it's 2004. You did say that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But yeah, check out David Dockery.
Yeah, David Dockery. That
real cool
shit
shit.
is amazing. Definitely. Yeah. I think that is adding a weird level to all those things because there's a natural.
It changes the way you think about just talking. Like, us having a conversation. If I was to go back and like take a snippet and just put drums over it.
Well, I think. I mean, for me, I just always I kind of have a song in my head at all times. So I feel like a lot of what I do does have a natural rhythm. So the idea of watching somebody put drum beats to like a show like that, it'd be funny just to record yourself for a little while and submit it to that guy. I wonder if he would do that.
Is it hot in here? I need to take my
you're sunburned, so it's hot in here for you. I'm wearing a 3/4 sleeve baseball tee with bacon on.
I'm only wearing underwear.
This is what we're getting to. All right, so officially we are down to 2 fully clothed men and 1 man in underpants.
Yeah, I mean that's about.
It's hot in here.
Oh,
if you know me, you know what it's.
It's hot. It's hot. Oh lordy! All right, so 2 other things that I want to talk about. First is I saw Jurassic World last night.
Okay.
The new Jurassic World.
Wait, the new?
The newest.
Wait, is it
one.
on HBO?
No. The theaters.
In theaters. Yeah.
Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom.
Gotcha.
The second in the Chris Pratt.
Which I did not see that one.
You didn't see
not seen it.
You haven't seen the first Jurassic World. Now, my problem with the first Jurassic World is
It's very campy.
It's very campy. There was a lot of jokes that it was related to Westworld because they all seemed like robots. Like there was very little emotion. Okay. I don't know if the director is the same, different, or whatever.
No, it all takes place in the same. We've talked about this.
Yeah, it takes place in the same universe. But I'm saying I don't know if
the new ones have it. I don't know.
No.
So what they're saying is some of those people could be robots. In this
yeah, no, there was a joke I'm saying based on the fact that the acting was like very robotic. Right. But they do take place in the same universe within the Michael Crichton's books. Yeah, there we go. So the first of this. I'm assuming it's a trilogy, it feels forced. It does. Like they create a new dinosaur. It's a new theme park. It's everything you saw in the trailers.
Right.
And it's a little bit like, all right, like we've done the whole new park thing. This is like trying to be different by being an open to the public park and that the whole world has been experiencing this for like years, and only people with thousands and thousands of, dollars to just blow on a weekend trip to Isla Nublar or Isla Nublar. Whatever. I don't know why I said Spanish words in a French accent, but deal with it. But the first one seemed like a forced adaptation of the original to try to push it, kind of the way that the Force Awakens felt
Star
like.
Wars, I was gonna say.
And you're just like, oh, okay, I get that.
I've seen this before.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. And then the second one, while it wasn't everything that everybody wanted it to be, felt different. It was a new, and you're like, okay, there's a new idea, there's a new approach, there's going to be a new direction for this franchise.
Sure.
This was the first time since Jurassic Park 2, the Lost World, that I remember being, and I remember seeing both of them in theaters as a small child.
Yeah, me too.
And I was terrified, I was amazed, and then I was terrified. And this newest installment does a really good job of bringing it back to the suspense sci-fi horror. And
now, you are not a fan of horror in any sense.
And this is what I said to Alyssa while we were in the theater last night. She loves horror. I won't watch most things that are horror. I've watched all of the classics because I've forced myself to watch, Rosemary's Baby, Halloween.
Well, Rosemary's Baby is not a slasher film. It's
not a slasher, but
movie, but it's a great movie.
I've watched that. I've watched the other older The Exorcist. That was actually my parents' first date was to see The Exorcist, which is weird knowing my parents.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very true.
Very strange.
Hey, can I'll buy the ticket for you and Alyssa.
To
Suspiria, the remake of Suspiria.
I don't know what the first one was.
Well, it's a 70s horror flick. It's a 70s Italian horror flick.
Yeah.
About a girl who goes to a school for dancing or something. Or some shit and all this fucked up.
Terrified.
Yeah, I mean it's looks like it's gonna be insanely brutal, but knowing you that it's a fucked up film.
I need something that's going to interest me in it already. So the idea you said it's what type of school or
I want to say it's like a dance or art school.
So that I can get behind that idea. Sci-fi horror. The reason I love Alien and Aliens and everything like that is because you're setting me up in the sci-fi realm and then you're giving me horror.
Yeah,
I like that way more. I'd rather be terrified. Like movies like Independence Day, I can, watch all day long because they're just fun and they're action packed, but they're not terrifying in any way. There's a couple of jump shots.
Sure.
But a movie like this had a lot of suspense buildup. It had a lot of there's another Velociraptor mutant dinosaur that they've made.
Okay.
But they mix it with haunted house element because the whole thing takes place in Hammond's co-conspirators mansion.
Okay.
Welcome to co-conspirators mansion.
No, his name is Lachlan or something along those lines. But it's what's his name? It's
the magic word.
Lockwood. I think it is Lockwood. He said, or he was the guy from Babe, the old guy that's. Okay. And that old dude pig, that guy, the old guy.
Yeah.
I'm forgetting his name, but it's him, James Cromley, something like that.
Sorry, James.
Yeah, sorry, James. But it's more suspenseful, and they add different elements. And there's one stretch that they take that I'm a little on the fence about. So to avoid any spoilers, I won't go into that. But it was fun. It was entertaining, and if you look at it in the way of I'm going to the movies. And I'm going to be entertained. And I was tired. We went to the 11 o'clock showing. I was beat as fuck when I was.
Long movie?
James Cromwell. That was his name. Yeah. Cromwell. There we go. I think right about 2 hours, a little bit longer than 2 hours maybe. We got out 1:10. It started at 11, but figured 10, 15 minutes of previews. But it was entertaining as all fuck. It was a good time, and that's what those movies are to me. People that get way too in depth on the analysis. 2 hours 10 minutes.
2 hours 10 minutes.
Yeah. The analysis side of things, it's just shut up, go to the movies, enjoy a movie.
Yeah.
And I am somebody that will pick apart a movie, and like I probably bothered the fuck out of Alyssa throughout the movie. I kept turning and like going, "This is gonna happen in about 5 minutes. This is happening next." 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This.
I mean, there's been plenty of times we've gone to the movies and like had conversations.
Exactly, but in like the world of Jurassic Park, don't ever trust the governmental or the big organization that's trying to help out the dinosaurs. They're always bad.
Yeah,
that's an obvious thing.
Right,
It's they've always done that. They're just going to do it. So I'm like, that guy's gonna be bad. That's the main villain. This is happening now. Oh, and I'm ruining it for her maybe slightly. And I guess I apologize for that. But for me, that's more entertaining to kind of like guess along with it, because if I'm wrong and the one thing that I didn't say wound up happening, and 5 minutes before it happened in the movie, I turned to her and I went, "This is about to happen." Blah, blah, blah. I had the thought earlier. I didn't say it because I thought it was way too like far out there. Yeah. And then it wound up being like the big twist.
So the question is, did she hate it because you were like...
No, here's the thing for her. She's a sweet human being that likes animals. And she can't watch animals being tortured or animals being murdered or animals being killed.
There's actually a website. There's a website that will
PETA.com?
No.
PETAkillsAnimals.com?
No, I think it's called DoesADogDie.com, and it will show every... Like, if you're worried about watching a movie with somebody that is legitimately cannot handle that, you can beforehand search.
Oh, are they able to handle this movie?
Like you can search.
Marley and Me is the mascot for this. Yeah.
Like, does the animal?
Wait, he dies in Marley and Me?
Marley and Me, the whole idea.
Any movie about a dog except Beethoven, the dog fucking dies.
You're right.
Amen. You're right. Beethoven's kids just learn how to talk eventually. Oh, no, that's Air Bud. Never mind.
Right.
Air Bud. Well, actually, it might be both of them. I never saw any of the weird Beethoven.
There's like 37. There's like Beethoven's 49th.
Yeah, Beethoven's second was...
How many of these did they make?
It was a good idea when they went, what are we going to call the sequel of Beethoven? They went, Beethoven's second. Ha, 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 ha. And they're like, but he made a lot of them, so how many more can we make?
What about Dunstan Checks In?
I love Dunstan Checks In.
I don't think he dies in that.
I don't think he does.
Island of Dogs?
Island Dogs.
No, not yet.
I think it's in and out of the theaters already.
Yeah, it's out.
Yeah,
like you can.
So it'll be on demand in a week or two. No,
I am excited to watch it.
I watch any movies by that dude.
Yeah.
Wes Anderson I still haven't seen the big one that he made like 2-3 years ago.
Budapest
Hotel. Yeah, I still haven't watched it.
You need to watch that, dude. It's a fantastic.
Oh, it's great.
Oh, it's good time.
Oh, it's a good time.
Oh, you should check it out.
Turdy Tree and a
Turd. Turdy Tree and a Turd.
I feel like he's trying to make movies look like old movies now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Well, I like that because
especially in Grand Budapest, there's a ski scene that Willem Dafoe is chasing everybody, and it's literally like one of those old screens on him in a set place.
Yeah.
And he's like kind of like still, but they're moving him on a movable platform, and then there's a screen in front of him that is just cycling through the landscape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like those old film techniques.
That's crazy. You know what else is crazy?
What?
I just went to go to the ashtray to put my cigarette in the ashtray, and I found the other cigarette I'm smoking.
I do that all the time in this house. I don't know.
Oh, wait, it's out. So I put that down a long time ago. All right, good.
Yeah.
Thank Jesus. I thought I was going crazy. Oh, all right. Well, this has been just a good episode of bullshit and random talking. There's no topic. Thank you everybody for listening. We're gonna kind of keep going with this format. Maybe only do 1 break, 2 breaks. Please submit your music if you're an artist. If you have a friend that is a musician or in a band, tell them to send us their music. I post about it, and art, visual art, whatever. If you have a video, I met a guy that told me he's going to give me a video of him riding his motorcycle around, like in Florida when he was in Florida. I was like, yeah, cool, give me that. We'll just play that for the break. Sure. I don't care. Do it. It'll be a fun time.
Sure.
And as always, I do have people to thank. We want to thank everybody at Moot.tv, which is Mr. Eric, Mr. EJ5000.
We will get you stuff.
We'll get you stuff soon. We're gonna keep thanking you because eventually we're gonna give you music or give you files to put out.
Yes. Thank you.
Also from Moot.tv, we have Let Me Ask You a Question, which is just hilarious. The show is fucking wonderful. I listen to it every single week. It comes out on Mondays, so definitely give it a listen. You have Anthony, Eric, and Gregaman doing an amazing job there. We also have White Wasabi featuring Sensei Micah, Eric, and Gregaman, and then check out Not Movies featuring our friends Sean, another Eric, and Summer. So check those guys out. And as always, big thanks to Mr. Justin Olimpado.
Thank you.
For doing everything that he does here to make sure the show gets done.
And I did nothing this week.
Zach Storman is suffering from sun poisoning.
Yeah.
He gets the week off. So we're gonna close with our normal theme song. Yeah. Thank you very much for joining us, guys. We will see you next week. Same stupid fucking time, same stupid fucking place. Woo! And hey, Hams. Hams.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Hams, you should sponsor us. Tommy Lee Jones. Sorry we didn't mention you till right now, but we're gonna rock this houseboat, Tommy Lee Jones. Ham, sponsor us. Tommy Lee Jones, you should sponsor us too. Yeah, fuck.
Everybody.
We'll see you next week.
Later.
Mood.tv.
There's nothing more egomaniacal than singing the theme music for your own show. Who am I? Kelsey Grammer. If I could only drink like him. We're gonna write a new one every week. Some will be solid, some will be weak. We're gonna write a new one every week. Some will be solid, some will be total experimental pieces of shit. We're not over yet. Now we are.